There we go. The pond is completely frozen. The poor goosies can't go play. So we're gonna go help them. Prevert's gonna hit the shovel. It's freezing out here, guys. That Dick front, it hit Texas, northern Texas, pretty hard too. Everything was frozen. A lot of stuff still is frozen. When it first hit, we had a 30-degree drop. So just say that I was worried about the birds. It's an understatement. Geese are over there right now. They should come over in a minute. They see me over here. So everything's been frozen. Yesterday the pond was partially frozen, but not fully. I really didn't expect it to fully freeze, but I've been proven wrong. Look at this. Pond's completely frozen. Look at these doofuses. Hi, goofies. Can you guys not go swimming? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babies. Let's see. How frozen is it, guys? How thick is the water? Whoa, whoa! Whoa, careful, guys. Don't fall. I know, it's slippery, huh? Oh, God, the tips of my fingers are freezing. I know, babies, I know. Are your footsies cold? Poor babies. Yeah, guess what? It's not that cold up there because over there you got, actually the wind is blocked. Come on, look, footsie prints. Goose prints, come on, babies. Come on, let's go to the other side where the water's deeper. Maybe I can get through the ice over there with the shovel. Yep. Oh, my fingers. My fingers are frozen. So frozen. Look at this, guys. The whole thing is frozen. Oh, God. My hands are frozen. Are you coming, babies? What the heck? Like, it's the kind of like freezing of hands within a short period of time that's literally like your fingers feel like they're on fire, like instantly. It sucks. It's so cold. Okay, let's see. Back on my glove. Pour it into my jacket thing. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to attempt to keep at least one hand from freezing. Sorry. Yep, completely frozen. I'm out here with a shovel, getting ready to try and see if I can't break any of this ice. It's not super thick. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you caring. Woo, baby! Alright. Get some of this stuff. There you go. What do you think, Bert? Look. Well, I made you a hole in the water, in the ice. So you guys can drink water. There you go. Dino, be careful. I swear geese are insane. Look at these guys. They want to be in the water. They want to go swimming. Oh, man. Crazy little goosies. How insane is it that they actually enjoy being in cold water? Like, does that not blow your mind? It blows my mind. It's crazy to me. But you can tell they're happy to have some water they can reach. Now here's the thing. I'm intentionally not making huge holes, and I'm intentionally not how do I say it? I'm intentionally not making the holes where there's super deep water. I'm trying to make them where there's a shoreline where basically they can still stand. And the reason why is because I don't want them to get stuck underneath the water. I don't want them diving, basically. That's the last thing I need is for one of my goosies to get stuck under the water. So that's why I'm trying to give them enough space that they can drink water, forage the ground on the pond, take a bath. But they're like standing over here. Like, watch. And carefully show you guys how deep it is here. Go on. Watch out. Look. I'm not holding on to my shovel. Like, my hand is just flat on it. And, you see, it's just deep enough for them to be able to kind of take a little bit of a bath. Now they're going to play with the ice. Look. Anyways, now we're going to go to the other side, to the shallow end, and see if we can't break some of it there too. Look at them playing with the ice. How funny is that? Hi, Squirt! They're just happy to have access to water now. Alright, babies. Come on, babies! And there's a cat running around the pond. That kitty is so confused. What are you doing, Keisha? Keisha! What are you doing? What are you doing, Keisha? Yeah? What? Are you coming, babies? Come on, babies! Come on, Layla, Layla, Layla. Come on, babies! Come on, babies! They randomly slip. Alright, baby. Mama's gonna go over here and go start smashing down on the other side where it's much more shallow. Hopefully, that will help them. That's the only thing I'm nervous about when it comes to frozen pond, is that my geese are gonna get stuck under the ice. Ready? Are you ready? Ow. Come on, babies. Uh-huh. Over here, it's actually not deep. This, we should be able to walk over. See, this is why they're not. This is really, this is basically like a big puddle right here. So, I'm not taking any risks walking over this other than getting my feet wet or falling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 goosies. 12 little goosies running on the pond. Hi, Pip Bird. Hi, babies. See if Mama can turn some more of this water, more of this pond into water. You're gonna have to let Mama work, dude. I can't do this while you're right there. Yes, Big Bird. You're so handsome. Feels great on my arthritis wrist. You know, it's not that heavy, it's just one-handed stuff is hella heavy. Hey, Squirt! Let that one finger warm back up. I got a frozen finger. I don't understand how you guys do it. Why would you guys choose to hang out on the ice? I don't get it. Like I said, the main reason why I'm trying to break some of the ice is just so that they have areas where they can drink water. I don't want them getting under the ice. Layla. What is it, Keisha? What? I know you're hungry. I'll feed you when I get back home. up. So you notice how they keep sitting down? They do this to warm up. Because the wind is sharp, it's cold. So when they're laying down, they warm up. Also, another thing they will do when they lay down is they generally will face the direction of the wind, because that way their feathers don't get blown up as much, and therefore the wind doesn't get under their feathers, into their skin, meaning it's easier for them to stay warm. So they will often face wherever the direction of the wind is coming from, which is the direction they're facing right now. It's the approximate direction of the wind. Usually comes from that direction or that direction slightly, but like right now, yeah, exactly there. And of course, there's occasional, changes in wind, but generally about the same area. I go here. Notice how this water is even more shallow. Nobody's gonna get stuck underneath this, which is why I'm creating more space for storage and drink water. Smaller. Let's get the nice pieces. Actually, let's get that one smaller too. There we go. Now let's get the nice pieces out of there. I need to learn to remember to use the camera mount around you guys somewhere whenever I'm working like this, so you guys don't end up with crappy views, like angles like this right now, where I need to use both hands. I can't help but think it just looks very similar to those iced coffees people drink. And no, I don't drink coffee. Those weirdos. Actually, don't do any caffeine anymore. I used to drink a lot of soda, and I had a pretty big health scare to see. Well, not pretty big. I had a huge health scare last year, and actually stopped drinking soda. It wasn't really that hard, especially if you just start drinking water and just start. And y'all, I hated water, but if you just start doing it, start drinking water, and you just start just what I did, get away from the soda the way it worked for me. Who knows, maybe this will work out for someone else too, which is why I'm telling you about it. Anybody who's got a New Year's resolution to stop drinking soda, don't cold turkey it. That's my number one advice. Don't do it. You're gonna have a nasty migraine, you'll get desperate, you'll crave it, your body will crave the caffeine, and in my opinion, you're much more likely to fail. Personal opinion. I'm a strong believer in weaning. What worked for me was actually to make sure that I always had a nice big cup of ice water right there with me. And I was doing this in the summertime, so which is why ice water. But what I did is every time I wanted to take a sip from my soda, I would chug water first. I would just make myself chug water first. So I was carrying around a soda and my water everywhere. And I was like very much addicted to soda. If you guys look back on my videos, you'll notice that I'm always saying like, oh, I got my soda over here, or up, they dropped my soda, or up, they spilled my soda. Like for the last few years, I mean, I could probably count on one hand how often I actually touched water. Now I'm chugging water every day, and that's all I drink, water. Occasionally some milk, but that's literally it. And the point I'm trying to get at, and I'm no health like person or anything. It's much harder than I think sometimes, but I'm trying to become healthier, and one of the things that worked for me is literally just take a nice big swig of water every time I was about to drink soda. So therefore, I was only taking like a sip or two from the soda rather than chugging the soda because I was thirsty, right? I would only take a sip or two from the soda because I just drank a bunch of water and just satisfied my body's need for, liquids. And I kept doing that over and over again to the point where I stopped actually drinking the soda after drinking the water. Like, my body just started adjusting and no longer craving for the soda, because I was still giving my body soda to avoid the migraines, but I never ended up with the migraines and ended up literally weaning my body off of soda that way. So if y'all got a New Year's resolution of discontinuing drinking soda, especially caffeinated soda, then that's what worked for me. See, this stuff is just way too much fun. Come on. Who doesn't enjoy this part about winter? I got a whole pond of it. Anyway, so I made them a little water hole right here where they can reach it even if they don't want to walk on the pond. There's another one back there. And that's really all they're going to need. They're not stupid. They're going to know exactly where they are. Come on, babies. Hi, babies. You guys not budging? All right, Mommy will come see you. Lay down. If you guys are working with shovels, or anybody who's not used to working with outside tools, when you work with a shovel, if you leave it this way, this is how those fun cartoon moments happen. Okay, you step on it, it flips up, it smacks you in the face. So if you set down a shovel and you don't have a wall to lean it against, at the minimum, lay it like this. Okay, always. Choose to do that. Trust me, you will regret it if you don't, because if a shovel is not laid down the right way, your feet will find it. That's just a rule. Your feet will find the shovel. Every rake, every shovel that's not set down the proper way, your feet will find it. Be careful. Don't fall. Alright, let's see. How stable is this ice right here? Yep, pretty much completely frozen. Oh, completely. It's not that thick. Definitely not safe to go on that water. No near that. That Arctic wind hit us, and y'all, I'm not exaggerating. It dropped our temperatures down here where we're at by over 30 degrees. Like overnight, we went from being in like the high 40s to low 50s to being in like the low 20s and the teens, to all the way overnight. Then the next night being down into like, yes, double digits, but like the teens, like we're talking 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees at night, which was a huge drop, which had me very, very worried about my geese and my chickens, my daughter's chickens, but our chickens regardless. And Big Bird, look at you, handsome boy. Handsome boy. Yes, you're so handsome. Yeah, Mama doesn't have hands anymore. That's what happens in the winter. Humans lose their hands, Pretty Bird. Yep, they're gone. Oh, they're not in there. They're gone. This is what happens. Yep. Humans lose their hands, pretty bird. No more fingers for you to chew on. Hey! No nipping, Squirt. Don't be a butt. I heard that. Y'all be nice. Hey, Squirt. You okay, girlie? Yeah? Okay. Hey, these goosies are so used to the cats. Now, Pre-Bird will still go beat them up. But... Hey, BBs. So geese will do this, not because they're tired, but because they're warming up. They're literally warming up their body. One way to do that is they lay down all the way and then shove their beak in between their feathers, which warms up their feet and their beak, circulating their blood to not have to cool, like their blood won't cool down in their feet or in their beak. And because of that, they'll be able to really warm up because they're insulated like crazy. The other thing they will do is you'll see them standing on one foot or standing on one foot with their beak shoved in between their feathers. This is another strategy, the same basic theory about it, where they're minimizing the areas of their body that are not insulated from being exposed to the cold. Another really, really important rule about outside birds, like whether it's geese, ducks, or chickens, is that your birds can handle, assuming that you have the right birds for your location, but your birds can handle a lot of the temperatures that they're exposed to. Again, assuming that you have the right birds for the right zones, okay, for the right temperature and like climate zones. But a basic rule for birds is that what they actually need is protection from elements, not temperature. So, for an example, my Canada geese can handle very low temperatures, okay? But the part that they're going to struggle with, or that's going to make it harder for them, right, is the wind, the rain, it's snowing, ice rain, hail, whatever the heck it was that we had last night, which was literally like, it was like snowing ice. Like it was ice flakes. It was not snow. It was ice flakes. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is that if they have any kind of shelter, even outdoors, even if it's just like a lean-to, basically, even if it's just a partial shelter, even if it's not below, it's still going to increase their chances of survival or their chances of not being injured exponentially. Again, keep in mind, this has to be the right animal for the right location. You guys can look this up. So if you look it up, you'll find that a lot of people will refer to these things regarding chickens, and it will be like, you need to make sure you have the right chickens for your zone. So like for your weather zone, meaning that like if you have extremely long, extremely cold winters, if you deal with sudden cold winters that last forever, if you deal with a lot of ice, if you deal with a lot of flash freezing, if you deal with a lot of snow, if you deal with high temperatures, if you deal with a lot of heat, if you deal with a lot of say drought times, if you deal with like no break heat, like to the point where like literally like it's exhaustingly hot for them, things like that all matter when it comes to what kind of birds we own. And I actually didn't know this as much in the beginning. So Canada geese do live down in Texas, in the wild, here in Texas. So my Canada geese will be okay. But I also have other things that I have provided them in the past before I had a pond. So I didn't always have a pond. For anybody that might be new, the pond, hey, I got lucky, okay? Like, I mean, I'm not even gonna like play it down. During the summer, this pond, 1/3 of this pond isn't even there. Like the pond goes to like here, and all of that is not even there, okay? And it's also significantly lower, okay? But it's there. And when the summer comes around, this pond is gonna make a big difference for the birds, because it's gonna help them a lot when it comes to cooling down, acclimating their own temperatures, getting access to just getting that heat, like slowing down that heat, okay? The negative part is that this pond does not have a bunch of large trees around it, which is something that I hope to one day be able to provide for them when we buy property, because I don't own this property. When we buy property, which hopefully will be rather sooner than later, I'm hoping to buy a property. I mean, my dream would be to have something between 5 and 10 acres, and to have a nice little house. We don't need a big house, just something comfy that we fit in. And like, I would love, like, my dream would be to have a pond on the property. Personally, if I could pick, I would prefer to have a natural pond on my property, or a natural creek or natural river going through the property. The reason why is because the natural rivers, creeks, and ponds, there is a lesser of a likelihood of there being issues with like the balance of bacteria and all that. Whereas with man-made ones, you tend to have to be more careful and make sure you stock it with the right fish and plants and all that other stuff. So once spring comes around, I'm going to be doing my best to stock this pond with some animals and with some plants that hopefully will help maintain the pond well, to keep there from being a bacteria overgrowth that could potentially not only make my birds sick, but even cause death in my birds if I don't make sure that this pond has a proper balance. But if you don't have a pond, you don't have a creek, you don't have a river, one of the ways that you can help the birds is literally by making a point of figuring out, okay, what areas of my property have the best shade? What areas of my property have shade during most of the day, or especially during the hottest parts of the day? Can I reach this area with my water hose? Like, especially when you have waterfowl. And do I have the ability or the will to be diligent about dumping and refilling my pools? Do I have the ability to, for example, produce as much ice as possible? So one of the things I'll do in the summer is I will dump their pools routinely, and besides putting, like with cold water, and besides putting ice into their pools to try to keep that water cool for longer in the shade, I'll also go as far as freezing water bottles, like having old water bottles that we don't use anymore, that are empty, take that paper stuff off of it, freeze those water bottles, and put them in the pond so they just float around in there, just frozen water bottles, okay? That basically will work as refreezable, ice, and you'll be able to keep rotating those in and out of the pond, in and out of the pool, keeping the pool water cooler, which will then help keep your animals from overheating so much because they have access to cool water to drink and or bathe in. Another thing I will do is I'll freeze a whole lot of water bottles for overnight to help my birds get a break when they're in the coop. So I'll like pile them all up in an area, a bunch of frozen water bottles, and they emit moisture. Cold, like a cold, evaporation, like they're cold, right? So my birds, it helps that coop kind of cool down faster at night. Another thing I'll do is make sure that my coops have proper ventilation, because ventilation is a huge issue. Actually, interestingly enough, ventilation is almost, I wouldn't say necessarily more, but almost more important in the winter than it is the summer. Ventilation is an absolutely vital part of your coop setup, and you got to try and figure out a way to make sure that you have proper ventilation for your birds, that there are cracks and crevices or a window cutout that has predator protection on it, to make sure that the moisture that comes from your animals, even without having water bowls in there, just naturally your animals will emit moisture. Naturally your animals will cause humidity within their own coop. Say, for example, waterfowl have very wet poops, they will have moisture coming out. And then chickens, if they have moisture that accumulates within the coop when it's cold outside and it's freezing temperatures, they will actually get frostbite on their combs. So, on that crown piece, that like the comb on top of their head, or on the wattles, those, little pepperonis hanging off their chins. My daughter jokes and calls them pepperonis. Off the chins of the roosters. Especially roosters are often prone to this because their combs and wattles are usually much larger. And they're actually much more likely to get frostbite because the condensation, the humidity will basically settle on their combs and on their wattles, and then will freeze from the cold temperatures. And this can cause necrosis. This can cause infection. Like, there could be some serious consequences for chicken skin frostbite. Now, often it's fine, and that piece of their wattle or their comb just either recovers and everything's okay, and maybe it wasn't too serious and it was just injured, but it was able to recover, or it does become necrotic, but it dies off and the body manages to seal it off, and then that piece just dies off and falls off without there being any other side effects from it. Now, but you can't bet on it. Any possibility could happen, and sadly there could be very negative consequences there. As you guys can see, my geese are managing their temperatures right now. That's the main focus for most of them. They will take breaks and forage. As you can see, 2 of them are up right now. The rest of them are laying down, shoving their heads in, and basically taking a little nap. And if you pay attention, you'll notice their eyes will close. And when they see me moving, when they notice movement, they'll actually open their eyes. Another interesting fact about geese is they can actually be in a partial sleeping state with one eye open. Also, they generally will communicate with each other, letting out little sounds that will tell each other who is currently on guard duty, meaning that there will always be at least 1 or 2 or 3 geese that are actually staying awake to guard and be lookout. And then that particular goose will be in charge of calling out if there's a predator or something suspicious, something to be concerned about. Interestingly enough, most of the time the geese that are on guard duty are usually ganders. The females do often get to lay down and sleep, whereas the males, as you can see here with Pretty Bird for an example, often tend to pick up their heads and look around a whole lot more than the females do. You see Dino right next to Pretty Bird. Wait, what is that, Peach? That's Peach. That's Peach. That's Dino. Let's see if Dino will let us say hi. Hey, Dino. See, let me block some wind for you, baby. There you go. There you go. Mama's blocking the wind for you, baby. There you go, babies. My daughter has done a beautiful job raising this goose up. She's an absolute sweetheart. Notice how she gets all alerted because of the cat, but she doesn't care if I'm here. This doesn't bother her. Me being here, me petting her, that's not a big deal. But the kitty coming over, she's not comfortable with. Go on. Go on, Keisha. Go on. Move it. Keisha, go. There you go, Dino. There you go, Dino. Yes, Dino. Keisha just can't help it. Keisha, you know better. And guys, we've got some delays. Okay, we've had some delays, but we have a new edition coming. That's right, we have a new edition. It's going to be joining our gaggle soon. We have some delays because of this Arctic front that came in, and we want to make sure that when our new edition comes to us, it's okay, I'm sorry. I got 2 touchy-feely. Some of the geese don't like being touched, as you guys can see. Blue is one of those that doesn't really like being touched, doesn't really like that kind of stuff. Now she's going to go over to where her sister is at. That's Charlie right there. And that's where she's going to get comfortable near her sister. Notice how she made her foot disappear? Right here. She picked it up and made it disappear into her down. You can almost kind of see some of it right there, that like black elbow-ish area or knee area right underneath her wing there. They make their feet completely disappear into their down to warm up those parts of their body. So in her case, she left her feet down, well, this foot at least. You can kind of see it underneath there. Let's see. Oh, Kissia, please stop. Right there. She's got her little foot out down there, but then her wing is covering it. But they're all going to focus on trying to stay warm right now and warm up. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the house, but I wanted to let you guys see how the geese deal with the cold, how they manage it. They're going to lay in the sun and they're going to absorb the sun while they floof up, shove their feet up as far as they can into their down, put their beaks into their wings, and let themselves warm up. This is actually one of the reasons why geese that have large knobs have a really hard time during the winter sometimes, because when you watch him right here, you see his knob kind of pokes out there a little bit. And I'm talking about Peach. We're talking that bump on the very top of his beak. Their knobs does not get that same coverage as the rest of their beak does. See, when Canada geese shove their beaks into their wings, their entire beak disappears. But when they have, with like, for an example, African geese or Chinese geese who have very large knobs on top of their nose, which he doesn't have a very large knob because he's a mix between an African gander and then right here our American buff. American buffs don't have knobs. Only Chinese and African ganders do. Geese, boys and girls, have the knob. But they actually struggle to get their knobs all the way in under their feathers, which makes it harder for them to keep that knob warm, keeping it exposed, which basically causes some struggles there, because if there is any kind of frostburn or frostbite and they I know, babies, you're okay. Mama loves you. I know, Mama loves you. It's okay. You're gonna come back home with Mama? Well then come on, babies. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Layla, 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 Layla. Well then come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Well then come on. If you guys won't come home, then come home. Layla. Layla. Layla Gold. Layla, 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 Layla. Wake up, girl. There you go. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Pretty, 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 pretty bird. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Let's go home. Come on. Come on, babies. Let's go get some num-nums. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Layla. Yes, pretty bird. Come on. Come on, pretty bird. Pretty, 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 pretty bird. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, babies. Come on. Come on, babies. It's warmer over here up top, because you guys can go behind the house. Get some cover from the wind. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, pretty bird. Come on, pretty bird. Almost got all my geese in a row, guys. Come on, babies. Pretty, 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 pretty bird. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Layla, 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 Layla. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. I think they changed their mind about spending the day at the pond because it's cold. They got no cover from the wind, and the whole pond is frozen, so there's literally no point for them to be back here. So they're like, yeah, we'll come back with you, Mom. At least up there we have food and water. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, guys. So much better over here. So much less wind over here. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on. And yes, I'm walking backwards and I'm probably going to fall on my face at some point. Come on, babies. Layla, 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 Layla. Layla, 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 Layla. Come on, big bird. Pretty, 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 pretty bird. Pretty, 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 pretty bird. Come on, babies. Look at him. Look at him running. Come on. Layla, 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 Layla. You guys are all so darn cute. Look at him. Look at little squirt. Waddle, 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 waddle. Come on, babies. Let's go. Come on. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Let's go home. Hold this like this. Here we go. Come on, babies. Layla, Layla, Layla. Hey, Layla. Leave Squirt alone. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. It's not bedtime yet. Come on, babies. Pepper, it's not bedtime yet. I know. So when I let them out earlier today, Pepper was kind of mad at me for coming in the coop because apparently there was some chicken eggs in the in one of the kennels I have in there to be used as a nest box in case, Layla decides to lay eggs or one of the other ones decides to lay eggs. And Pretty Bird was in there with 2 chicken eggs, just protecting them. He'd even stepped on one. It was half frozen, so it was an easy cleanup, but just, come on, babies. Come on. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Yeah, get your num-nums. Good job. Get your num-nums. Put this away. Oh, man, my hand is frozen. Oh, no, the other hand is frozen. Big bird, big bird. Yes, babies. Just a second. All right, guys. Let's see if the chickens have already emptied the food. Oh, Squirt. Why are you sitting over here? There's barely any sun over here. Come on, Squirt. Come on, Squirt. Come on. Come on, babies. Come get your num-nums. Come on, babies. Come here, babies. There you go. There you go. Num-num-nums. Come on. Come get your num-nums. There you go, babies. Good job deciding to come home with Mama. Good job. But now Mama needs to go inside. I need to go and upgrade more of my chicken saddles to help my chickens stay warm through these temperatures. Because I do have a couple of chickens that have naked back from silly roosters being idiots from when our juveniles were out, and I within like 2-3 days they'd completely basically caused a couple of our girls have a bare back, and once that starts it's really hard to get it fixed again, because even when they grow their feathers back in, any rooster mounting them will make it harder for them to grow it back, so kind of becomes a vicious cycle. So I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm actually converting an old jacket for my daughter. Here, you can see this one, an old jacket for my daughter that literally has like the fleecing on the inside to help them keep in that heat, but some of them only have the jeans one, so I'm gotta go and finish upgrading those. And I should have already had it done. That is 100% my fault. I need to try and get it done, get working on it. But yeah, I'm gonna put some more scratch out here, because scratch grains are really, really, really good for geese and chickens when it comes to staying warm. It really helps them stay warm. It makes it easier for them to deal with cold temperatures, especially overnight. So if you want to help your local geese, your local ducks, or if you want to help your chickens, ducks, or geese at home, any animal really, but I'm more specifically talking about birds, if you want to help them stay warm in a really cold temperatures, go to your local feed store. Okay, just look up feed store near me. Okay, Tractor Supply would be something that falls kind of in a category of that, but a feed store basically is a farm store, like a farm food store. So like they sell everything from like horse food to like chicken food to goose food to like all kinds of different things, and you can go there and get yourself a feed bag for like 10-15 bucks, sometimes 20 bucks depending on the brands that they sell. But like you can get a 50-pound bag for $15 to $20 an average, depending on your location. Of course, there's some variance in pricing, but like a 50-pound bag for really not that much money. Bread is not going to help these animals at all in the winter. The main thing that's going to help them is things like cracked corn or scratch. So look for scratch grains or cracked corn. Okay, at the minimum, get them according to what kind of animal they are. Okay, but scratch grains and cracked corn will work for any of those animals. Scratch grains is the one that I would recommend more so, because cracked corn is very one-sided, or whole kernel corn, very one-sided. But scratch grains will have different grains in it that will provide more of a variety when it comes to nutrients, and most of all, it will help them. It will help them stay warm, because those grains take longer to digest, and it helps them have more nutrients to draw from while their metabolism is speeding up and increasing in the attempt for them to stay warm, right? Because when we try to stay warm, our body's metabolism goes up, and we start burning through our nutrients faster to try and combat the cold. So it's a huge thing when it comes to these animals staying warm in the winter, and that is the number one thing that I tend to recommend to people who want to help geese, ducks, chickens, whether they're domestic animals living at home, whether they're wild, especially if they're wild animals. I say go get some scratch grains. If you don't want to spend that much money, go grab yourself some cracked corn. You can get like literally like a 40-50 pound bag of cracked corn for like 10 bucks in most locations. So grab that, feed it to them. It will help them a ton, because it will fill up their crop with that more heavier food that takes longer to digest and help them stay warm. Because that's really how these animals stay warm. It's from the inside out, especially when it comes to geese and ducks and chickens. They are their own furnaces, and they need that energy to sustain themselves. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here right now. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the geese run around on a frozen pond, and I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out today. These guys are gonna be foraging and doing their thing, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, babies. Yeah, you tell them. What'd you find? Get your num-nums? Alright, Pibbart. Mama loves you, buddy. Be a good boy, okay? I'll get you some more grains, okay? And then Mama's gotta go take care of the thingies. Gotta go make some more saddles. Right, girls? Yes. Alrighty. See you guys next time. Little cutie pie. See, these ones are not cold hardy chickens. So they're actually up on the porch. And they keep hanging out during the day. They're hanging out on one of the cat heat mats that the cats use overnight. Anyway, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.